Good morning everyone. Yeah, welcome to another live stream. So today during this stream, I'll be looking at I'll be doing some higher time frame analysis, mostly on the Devon time frame. Main goal of this stream is to find possible opportunities for the week ahead. Try to find those opportunities and then make some predictions on how price can approach those zones. And if price does what I would like to see, then I'll be looking for that opportunity to execute the trade. So the main point is definitely to be looking. Yeah, so the main point is going to be main goal of doing this higher time frame analysis during the weekend is to try to be one step ahead, to set up your alerts so you are aware of the good levels that you want to see price going during the next week. So this is also this. So aside from this segment of doing this weekly analysis, I will be doing another kind of live streams, as you maybe have seen during the last week, which is more of a educational content where I'll be reviewing your own charts and that you may share with me. I'll be giving my feedback on possible trades that you have taken or analysis that you would like me to review. And those two segments are the ones that I'll be creating for now during my live streams. So yeah. Usually I start doing the weekly analysis by looking at dollar index. So I like to take a look at what dollar index is doing, because it gives me a proper it gives me a good view of maybe what I could expect for the other FX pairs, because of the correlation that that there is between especially dollar index and euro dollar, and maybe dollar franc Swiss. And when price is in alignment, usually we see that when dollar index is going down, most of the other FX pairs are going up, for example, which is something that we could see happening during this previous week. So yeah, so usually I always start by, for example, last week I saw that price basically within this rectangle. This was my zone of action. I saw that price could fill out this space. This was the space that was available. Price had already started to show some rejection here at the highs on Friday, and then basically it opened somewhere in here on Monday, and you can see the constant rejection in there, and then price just decided to carry on to downside. We still had this level in here that price could have respected for a moment and bounce a little bit up, but to be honest, I was already expecting price to eventually go down and fill all this space, because all this was compressed. Basically all this was already compressed. There was a little bit of space that price needed to make a decision in here. Price decides to break it. My ideal scenario, it would be actually for price to kind of break something in here, retrace, because in my view, I think if you go down in the lower time frame, you see that we may still have some orders above this size, above here, somewhere in here. However, price never did this deep retrace on the when it was going down, so there was no opportunity to look for that sell. And the opportunity then as well, if price had actually came all the way up, it would have been to eventually fill this space all the way down here. So this would have been the setup that I would have liked to be part of, because I could see all the accumulation of this size in here. This looked like a good zone for price to go. Maybe it's going to go there in the future. Something that I'll be paying attention to. However, it's important to know that now price has filled this price. So eventually price now gets there, and it from these lows, and it respects it. Most likely I'm not going to see price actually having a good reaction in there. So most likely price eventually is going to actually break this high and carry on to the upside, and maybe use this level that initially I was looking for on the opposite side. So instead of being a good zone to look for shorts, it may flip and maybe be a good zone in the future to actually look for the longs, or from a reaction to look for a buy setup, something like this. On the other hand, if eventually price actually breaks this low, this is a different story now, because now we basically opened the door that price may wants to eventually go and feel maybe go all the way until this next level, which would be maybe somewhere in here. This maybe it will be the next zone that price wants to go and fill within now this rectangle. Paying attention that we had this good level of resistance supporting here. Price may have touched it already in here. There is this possibility, so it's maybe weaker. But yeah, if price actually breaks this low, we have maybe the scenario where price wants to eventually fill all this space in here, and this could be one of the possibilities for the next week. So we need to see how price is going to react from here. At the moment we have price reacting basically from this previous zone in here. Let's see how it opens on Monday, if it actually respects this level or even goes a little bit higher and respects this supply zone in here. This could be out. This could actually be a good scenario as well. Price respecting this level in here, because then price could go down, break it, and carry on. Let me just screen the chart and I'll show what I mean. So yeah, but this one could be one of the scenarios. So let me just screen out this chart and show the scenario that I was saying. So basically we can see that we have basically this supply zone in here. There's maybe still some orders in here. Maybe some orders in here. I knew this level, and this was my final zone that I would like to see price going to. Yeah, and maybe this one there's some orders. Maybe. Then you can play around. So we are in 4 hours. Okay, I'm doing this analysis on 4 hours. I should be doing this on the daily, but it's okay. So what I could see happening is actually price now maybe retracing in this kind of compression. As you can see, price is going upwards in a small compression. Price may respect this level and then carry on down on Monday. So Monday is going to be basically a continuation to move to the downside, and eventually you are going to see these lows being broken. And after these lows are broken, maybe you're going to see price going upwards to eventually collect more sell orders, maybe above this level. So when we see this level being respected in there, it kind of is going to attract more sellers somewhere in here, which is going to be good then actually for price maybe react from here. Maybe this is still fresh in here. Maybe I'll need to go a little bit into the lower time frame to see if this is still fresh, which can create then the scenario. Price may do something like this, respect a little bit more, and then maybe react from there, or eventually going to have even a deeper retrace. And in this case, I will be looking for a possible sell on the fake out of this, depending on the type of approach that we have from this level. If we show some weakness on price, the price maybe is even break some lows on approach to this level. The same scenario in here, if price actually breaks some lows on approach to this level, I'll be looking maybe for the short in there. But I'm aware as well that I believe that there's still some orders in there, so we can have actually a deeper retrace, and price maybe is going to react from there. So basically the break of this low, it's going to show me some indication that price wants to go further down, maybe at least until this level in here. Maybe this previous level in here. This is maybe the next zone with the possibility then price actually may go somewhere in here or even somewhere in here. So yeah, see this, if this wall is broken, that's going to be the game plan of what I may look for. So this could be the continuation on Monday. On Tuesday, we may see maybe a reversal during the Asian London session. There's maybe even a good opportunity to look for wonks when you have this reversal, maybe aligned with this left shoulder in here. This is a possibility. In here, maybe you're going to have maybe some trade in alignment with this low to the upside. We'll expect maybe some retrace to upwards, and then maybe during somewhere in the middle of the week, maybe this week's going to be, if you have this low, maybe we're going to have the full retrace during the week until eventually we have then the continuation to the downside. If this low is not broken, maybe we're just going to see dollar index now carry on to the move upwards as it has been doing since the beginning of the year mostly. Actually, let me take a screenshot because this is one of the scenarios that can happen in there. Let's call it the XY1. Now, before I continue, actually, let me take a look at the daily time frame, because actually that's the time frame I prefer to look at when I'm doing this, just to have a better view. Okay, let me just zoom out. So basically, price has broken this high, right? And from January 17, we had also this high from the 2020, just around COVID, and this is a zone that price has been playing in between these levels. We finally broke the high, and now we may, in a bigger picture, it also depends a little bit of where price actually is reacting to on the left side. So always be aware of where this high here is reacting to on the left side. So at the moment it's reacting somewhere in here. I'm sorry if I'm having any lags during the stream. Yeah, I may have some drops on my FPS, so sorry for that. So yeah, so at the moment dollar index is reacting from this level in here. I don't know if it has already touched this line as well. Me personally, I wouldn't be surprised, or actually in a longer view, I would actually like to see dollar index go all the way and actually get to this level of 110, I believe. Not 110, 110 actually. Somewhere in here, because it's basically this one is basically the last low somewhere in here, like the last barrier of the buyers before actually the sellers took control. And I think this high in here never really touched that decision point when it broke this level. So in the long term, I don't know when price eventually is going to get there, but that's one of the zones that I would actually look like to see dollar index go to, and from there I could see a major reversal to the downside. However, for now, we basically had this high in here. This is kind of a double top, if you consider that one, and we may be in transition for something like this. Is price going all the way down and maybe fill all this space before maybe continue to the upside? Let's see what the dollar index is going to do. So far as well, we have all these lows in all these highs in here, good touch in there, and this could be actually the next zone of action that dollar index may need to break before even continues anything to the downside, right? I think that's actually the level that I showed on the daily before. yeah, if price actually breaks this low, that most likely is going to be the next zone of possible support for price, and that's going to be where I'll be looking for. In case I'm in any shorts somewhere in here, this could be the target, and then maybe continuation to the upside. So yeah, let's see what dollar index is going to be doing, and what does that mean as well for the rest of the FX pairs. Last week I had a little bit more confirmation that I was really looking for sells around these highs. Right now I'm more in a how can I say, in a, like, more cautious, or waiting actually to see what price is going to do around these lows, if it's actually going to respect it or not. So we already saw that scenario. If actually price breaks this zone, what can happen if by any chance price doesn't even break this zone? At the moment you already have this kind of compression in here. I don't know exactly if there is any orders in there, however there's maybe still some in here that price may wants to go. Maybe if this zone crash in here, may do something like this, may react from there, and this could be the continuation to the upside, maybe after the break of this zone. Respect a little bit more, create kind of a double top, fake double bottom, sorry, breakout, break these highs, and then continues to the upside. Yeah, another confirmation to be nice to see is if we break this high, in here, before even breaking this low, right? So basically, let's see which ones happens first. If we first break this low, or if we first break this high. This also may matters as well on the follow-up sequence of what the dollar index may do. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to comment on the chat. Thank you, by the way, for joining. If you haven't liked the stream yet, go ahead, press that like button and subscribe to the channel as well, and share with anyone that you may think this may be valuable. So yeah, let's carry on. And see now what this information from dollar index, what we can see on euro dollar, for example, comparing all this information, and what can you combine both of them together. 1 second. Okay, so if we take a look now at dollar index, 1 second. So yeah, let's take a look now at the euro. So one of the situations with euro, at least for me so far, is as you saw before on dollar index had broken that high from 2017, and euro hasn't broken this low from 2016-17. Okay, and this has put me a little bit on a cautious mode on any longs for euro, because I really would like to see euro breaking this low before any major reverse to the upside, and that hasn't happened yet. So basically, this low respected almost to the pip this low in here, and I would like to see this low being taken before any major reversal, as I just said. What price can be doing here is, as we may see sometimes, that price actually had a major low, price goes up, and anytime when it retraces, instead of breaking it, it's actually going to respect it for a moment, just to make it look like it's going to hold, just for then eventually goes down and actually takes the low, and then maybe you have the reversal, or we just have the continuation to the downside. You can see this happening quite often, like price respecting that major low or any kind of low for a moment, just to attract even more buyers into the zone, just to then to be faked out. The reaction from this low, usually there is some kind of reaction in the when price is retracing to this one for the first time, but not as not as big as maybe going all the way up again and breaking highs. So far, what you could see in here is price actually breaking, respecting this level, and now we basically fill the same zone of space that we just had there on dollar index, but the opposite, right? On the dollar index, we're looking to fill a space to the downside, and now on euro, basically just fill this space here to the upside. And if actually price breaks this level, maybe the next one is going to be something like this, which is already, I think we have some lows, or the previous lows, major lows actually, from euro here in this level. 1 second. Yeah, so this was a good level of support first. Price touched it for a second, just as I mentioned before, kind of price respecting those lows for a moment, and then just a strong move down. And we had some lows in here on the left side, yeah, but this one is one to pay attention to. This is another one. There's maybe something in here, or maybe this was as well. But let's see what price is going. Let's see what euro is going to do. In here. If actually euro is going to, basically, if dollar index breaks that low that I mentioned before, maybe euro is going to break this. It's going to break this high as well. And after that, let's see what's going to happen. In the longer term view on euro, I'm actually a little bit more. I'm bearish as well. The same way that I mentioned that I would like to see. Just 1 second. I'd like to see dollar index going maybe all the way to 110 level in here. Just changing these charts in here. Okay, take a look at this dollar index in here. Yeah, it's the same way that I mentioned that maybe I would like to see in the future dollar index to go there, or before any major reversal. Price can reverse here quite easily and spend the next couple of months going down from there. But however, in a bigger view, I would like to see price going there. It's almost the same that I mentioned now, that I would like to see euro basically on a higher time frame going somewhere close to here. Right, if we just take a look at this, if this was kind of a 15 minutes time chart, we could say the price went all the way up. It broke these lows. We had kind of this level of support resistance in here. It even broke this one as well. Price went down. Price retraced all the way up. It respected this decision point in there. I mind you this previous level of support. Create a new low in here actually. Price goes down, respects a little bit this demand. Price goes up, respects it. But we actually at this low, maybe gave the indication that price want to go down from these lows. And now price is retesting these lows in here. And in my opinion, this area in here where these lows are reacting from, they are not exactly the final target of this move down. So I could see at least maybe some reaction in here. And eventually I would like to see price actually filling out going all the way down until this origin of this move to the upside. That's where I would like to see price going to. Let's see when it's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be around the same moment that maybe dollar index is going to go all the way up until that 110 level. We'll see. But this is in a higher time frame view, which may take a few years or a few months, or it depends on how fast price wants to move. If we take a look now, let me just see where actually price is reacting from here. I want to see where price is reacting here. So where this low, let's change the time frames. So when a price is so close to the waterfall, like in this case, what I also like to do is to see where this wall is reacting to on the left side, and if there is any maybe if there is a better zone that price may wants to go instead of respecting this wall, may wants to fake out actually and react from there. So let me just take a look. So this is the wall. So price has reacted from this zone in here. Is there anything important in there? So we broke this major level. I think the double top was kind of reacting from there, and then price faked out and went up. We have this zone. This is a EM zone that should have maybe respected price. It didn't. It didn't. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what you have in here. We have all this accumulation of this ice. So I actually like this one in here. This is a daily demand. We have all these small lows in here. So this is a zone that price may wants to react from, and we have a good level in here. Price initially, I could see price faking out these levels, maybe having the first reaction somewhere in here, but I actually like this zone. And in the end, I would like to see even all this being broken and price reacting somewhere from here. So this level, okay, this will be below 1, so it's going to be an important major level. If euro gets below 1, that will be, well, last time it was here, it was 2002. Before that, euro has never been actually below 1. So actually this demand that I just mentioned before, it's actually an important key level because it's the one euro mark. So let's see. That would be a major impact actually, even in terms of macroeconomics, if actually price euro gets to below $1 value. So let's see what's going to happen in there. Technically speaking, in terms of just looking at price action, I would actually like to see price faking out these lows and then carry on to and then maybe reverse somewhere in here. So this was the level that I mentioned that I would like to see price going, and you can see that you have all these lows to be faked out. And price actually, after the impulse, it never actually took the orders from here. Yeah, that's that on euro. Just because we are so close, as you can see, we are so close to that low. We were like 10 pips away from that water low. So even if price comes, even if price by any chance retraces all the way back to these lows, I will not be looking for the long, even though I actually like this zone. I like how these lows in here never actually reacted from this zone. So I like it, but because we are so close to these lower lows, personally I'll not be looking for longs in there. In case we weren't so close to these lows, maybe I would be looking for a possible long in here. This is something that most likely I'll be looking for, especially if we break this ice. That may give the indication that price wants to go higher. So if price did something like this, maybe I would be looking for the long in there. If you were not so close to the lows, since we are, even if price does this, I would actually like to see this one goes up. I would maybe prefer to see something like this happening. I'll prefer this scenario, and then maybe go as a target in here, and maybe after price reacts in there, price is free to just carry on to the downside. Of course, react from here because it's a good zone, and carry on to the downside. This could be a play that Euro could do. So basically, the break of this high gives indication that price wants to go higher until maybe the next zone of structure, which is in here. That doesn't mean that price is just going to do something like this. It can do, but that doesn't mean it needs to. It can actually just reverse all the way down. It's going to again make a decision either respect this low or not. If it breaks it, this can be an indication that actually price then it wants to go down in the future. It doesn't need to just do this. Again, it can, but what it can do actually is to go all the way up. Now fill this price that was available after we have this one, react from there, and now price can go and carry on the move to downside. This could be actually a great way for price to move in order to manipulate everyone, because after break of high, everyone is bullish. After the break of lows, everyone is bearish, and it will be actually a great way for price to move in between and to confuse everyone. Let's see if that happens or not. This actually could be a nice play. A nice play to happen. In terms of major news, like the midweek in June is going to be a major one, because I think you're going to be ECB and the Fed meetings around the 15th or something like that of June. So we'll see where price is going to be around that time. It's going to be an important week to see if we carry on with the increase of interest rate decisions or not. That's that on Euro. In the bigger picture, that's what I'm looking for. For example, there was a good setup this last Friday, yesterday. Guys, leave me any comments. Give me your feedback about the stream if you'd like me to cover something different as well, any other pairs and so on. Like, this is just the beginning. I'm completely open to any feedback that you may have, to adjust stuff, or it doesn't matter what. And if you like anything in particular, just let me know as well, so I know that at least I'm doing something okay. Just in terms of a smaller price action for yesterday, this was the setup. You can see we have these highs in here. Basically, price does the reversal in here. We have this double top. Basically, price turns, makes a decision. It creates a kind of a flag in here that managed to hold price, which is nice. You like to see this zone. You like to see a zone managing to hold price down in this case. Just underneath the final zone that we actually want to see price react from. We even basically have a double top in here. This low actually breaks this low for one or two pips, or even less than that, but it creates a little bit of a low in there. And then we have this zone that is still fresh. Everyone can see that we have this zone. This zone is fresh, and we basically have this zone in here for price to react from. So this could have been the setup for yesterday trades on Euro. It was quite nice. It's true that we didn't really broke this low. This could have been, this could have made it a little bit uncertain in terms of to see if price actually would reverse all the way down. However, because this one actually breaks this one, it gives a little bit of more confirmation. And then the approach it was kind of perfect. You can see the strong compression on the way up. You can even draw kind of a trend line in there to see how price was getting weaker and weaker as price was getting there. And basically, as soon as you have this trend line being broken, you can just look for the shorts. You can even be more precise in terms of the way decision point that you want to see. Reaction of this double top in here, completely turned low, another information, and this is the last decision point that decides that price wants to go down. This size never went there, never went there, and this could have been the setup for you to look for the entry. Yeah. Either in here you just place a sell limit, or you can actually wait for the break of the trend line and just get short. But this was the over time frame, and that's not exactly the main point of this. We'll take a look at pound dollar now. Yeah, so just 1 second, looking at euro. There is space in here, I think so. It's compressed again, as I mentioned before. I like this level, however. Let's take a look at pound dollar. So pound dollar, right? Again, these highs are reacting from this highs. So this one basically went all the way up, reacted from the origin, perfect. We could see all this compression. I was already expecting, as soon as we have the break of into here, maybe somewhere even into here, that was price to then fill all this space. Eventually we did, and then this is one of the origins of the move. Of course, maybe have a little bit more space underneath, but this is actually a good zone for price to react from. We had this Quasimodo in here. Yeah, we have this Quasimodo in here, where price just reacted from. This wall never went there, so that's it. So after that, we can see that now price is in filling this space. Right, basically this space in here. There was a small space in there for a moment. Yeah, personally I would still like to see price taking this level and react from this bigger zone, but that can happen just in the future as well. Maybe when we see finally euro reversing again, and maybe dollar index going upwards. This week the major news event on one of the major news for UK, we could see that we got inflation at a 9% level, like the biggest since I don't know, 40 years level. It's been a long time since United Kingdom has been in the UK. It's been with such a high inflation level. And let's see what that's going to do for the BOE in terms of the hiking the interest rate, more or less. We'll see. In terms of technicals, yes, I could see price filling all the way here on the higher time frame. There is maybe some orders in here, some more in here. I think this one actually already broke something in here on the left side. So the next, that's a possibility the price actually wants to go and fill this next space, which is aligned with this low. Maybe have this KM. This may be a good zone as well. Actually, it has been touched already. Yeah, price had already touched that level on the way down. Somewhere in here can be a possibility, but you still have this zone and this zone to look for. So price can easily Let's see if price breaks it, respects it. I could see price going all the way up until here, and depending on the approach that I have, I may look for a short in there. Where is it? Yeah, I may look for possible shorts in there, depending on the approach. Maybe price is going to even create something like this. We will. Yeah, we'll see. Again, price for me, it's reacting from a good zone, so it's reacting from kind of, I could call it as a target. A bigger scale, we could see price even filling out this space. It is even a possibility. However, first we need to break this level. KM zone. Yeah, there's a possibility actually of price. It depends as well on what dollar index is going to do, right? If dollar index wants to actually feel as well of the space to the downside, that could be a good indication that maybe pound dollar is going to Korean going higher. We may have actually this fake out in here. Let me check the daily. Daily time frame. Yeah, this was a good level for sure. Like DKM, it was fresh decision. That was a really good zone to look for. The break to the upside, even for future longs, price can still come and respect his level. Come here, respect his level. We have these lows, so there's space. So for future longs, I do like maybe this level as well. Let's see. So far in here, there's maybe this space in there. And these have shoulders. It's there and there. Okay. So for any future of longs, if price actually comes out with here, I would like to see this being respected for a moment. That price does this. Maybe go higher a little bit, and then yes, and then maybe do this. Let's go, and let's go to the upside. This could be an option. Maybe price reacting from here first. Goes up, may break something that was a decision inside here. Goes down, takes it, respects it, breaks a low, breaks a high, comes all the way down and reverses. For that, let's see where eventually price is going to react from. I do like, as I mentioned before, there's maybe this supply in here. It's maybe still fresh. Price may react from there or somewhere inside here as well. Is this a good zone or not? This one, I think it took it. I think this high. We took this level in there. Nevertheless, there can be some reaction from here. So yeah, in terms of looking for longs, I wouldn't be surprised. I would actually like to see this price action. This is something that I would like to see happening. And a little bit opposite what I mentioned on euro dollar. That because euro dollar is so close to the war low, I still want to see this war low being taken. However, in both scenarios, even on euro or on pound, we actually have these highs that actually never really took the orders from this origin in here. I wouldn't be surprised if actually does this, and in this case I'll be looking for that scenario, of a long scenario in here. In terms for shorts, I need to actually see and play along as price is approaching the zones. So we had this deeper trace in here until this previous level. Price went higher, it just broke price went higher, now respected this level, but it came all the way down straight away. So basically filled the space, it's reacting from here. Price may carry on now going higher as well. I don't know if this is going to be the last zone for price to go up, maybe until here at least. So that's when maybe price is going to be refilling. Another way that I try to see is if I want price to carry on up in the future, even before getting there, what zone would I like to see being broken on the way, like from here? Which zone would I like to see being broken? That gives me the indication that price wants to go higher, but that price actually can, after breaking that zone, can retrace and actually have a deeper trace and maybe come all the way back here, then carry on. But because price broke a major level somewhere in here, that would give me the indication that price wants to go higher. This is something that I pay attention to in terms of making predictions of what I would like to see being taken. That gives me the indication that price wants to go in that direction in the future. Is it going to be the break of this? Is it going to be the break of this highs, or is there something else somewhere in here that is going to give me that indication? We'll see. We'll see. For example, an example of what I mentioned before. I don't even see it at the moment any example. But yeah. Eventually I'll show an example of this. So we'll see how price is going to open on Monday. We'll see if price actually, usually what you see after such a strong trend week, you see Monday opening or moving still in the same direction as the previous week, and then maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we are going to start seeing maybe some signs of reversal, or it's going to be basically just a 2 week straight of going up without looking backwards. But usually what you see is Monday opens, it carries on somehow in the same direction that price moved in the previous week, which is upwards in this case, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday you're going to start seeing maybe some signs of reversal. And that could happen, that can happen actually for then price comes all the way down and maybe does this that I just showed in here to then carry on to the upside. For example, if you take a look at the weekly, let's just pretend one thing in here, right? Something that you can see, maybe we're going to some reaction in there, and then you're going to spend all the week just maybe price going all the way down. This is basically kind of a demand as well. Price may spend all the week going all the way down, and then the week afterwards we may have another big candle just like this. So this next week is going to be a red candle just as a correction, and then the week afterwards maybe a stronger candle showing the potential of a reverse to maybe eventually fill all this space in here. So this can be one of the scenarios just by looking at the weekly candles. Let's see. Maybe on Monday we create a little bit of a higher high for the week, and then we're going to go all the way down until here. Any major pairs that you would like to see? So this is dollar yen. Again, it has been really strong, moves to the upside. Don't want to make this stream too long. It's almost 1 hour. I will carry on then with my analysis by myself, just to take in some more notes to look at the key levels that I look for. But this is just an example of usually what I try to do. I'm looking for feedback from all of you to tell me what I should do differently or better, or what you guys like during the live stream. If you want me to look at different pairs, for example, if you take a look at Bitcoin, how this majors moves down, is the price ready to resume the move to the downside, or is the price going to carry on and moving sideways after this strong move down? So I was expecting, and I wanted to see price breaking out these lows basically since the beginning of the year. Actually, basically after we break this, these levels, I could see price actually going all the way down. Again, this was a zone that still had some orders in here, and basically the origin of this move up, and these lows never took the orders from there, so it was okay to see some reaction in there, which happened actually during the beginning of this year. However, when you have such an accumulation of lows in here, it will be a waste if these lows are not faked out, are not taken before even any major reversal, right? That's exactly what happened in here. Now, is this low the lowest point for Bitcoin of this bearish move? I don't think so. I think there's maybe some more room to the downside. However, that doesn't need to happen immediately. Price can actually even go a little bit higher and then carry on down. So can even fake out this high in here and do something like that and carry on going down after that, and play a little bit without the emotions of the traders, of the investors, of when they see price breaking highs, everyone's going to be bullish. Anytime price then is going to carry on to the downside, breaking lows, everyone's going to be bearish, and price just doing kind of the opposite and playing around without these emotions that we have. The levels, of course, everyone now is talking, or you see too many people talking about this key level, right? The 20k level, the previous higher high back in 2017. This could be one of the zones that price may go there. Ideally, this would be kind of an amazing zone, this 11,000, 12,000 zone. And not sure if price eventually is going to go there or not. And actually, more important than actually any of the levels is actually, for me, what I want to see is kind of a price behaving like this. Alright, so this is the type of price action that I want to see before a reversal. Similar scenario in here, similar scenario in here. So if you just study a little bit how price behaves before any major reversal, that's going to be actually a good study that you could do. So it's going to help you to be aware of actually how price usually behaves before reversal. Right? Price doesn't just reverse in a sharp move and then retraces. Even if you can see that example in here, price just went all the way down, spiked and went up, but then you can see how the compression and the weakness on price before then a final major turn, right? Even if price doesn't create eventually a lower low, but however is going to almost retest all the way back to the lows in this shape. And this is actually the type of price action that you should be looking for before any major reversals, right? So if price eventually wants to reverse from here to the upside, what would be nice to do is actually price eventually goes all the way back, starts compressing a little bit. Even if it's even good, or it would be even a good scenario where you can see actually price going upwards, creating kind of a double top just above the final zone that you would like to see. Price 10 is free to go up. Everyone's going to be thinking that they just missed the move. Everyone's going to be having FOMO. Eventually price goes all the way down. Everyone's going to be a little bit bearish because you see it's just a strong move down again. these guys, maybe they'll be happy because they'll have the opportunity now to go along. This price is just approaching this level, and then eventually we're going to have this happening, and we are free to go now to the upside. And this is usually what price does when kind of you see such a important zone that everyone is looking at, which is this key level in here. This is a way for them to manipulate. If they actually want to kind of make this zone as the lowest, as the lower low before any major reversal to the upside, the best way to do is to actually create an important level of structure just above it. Because this is going, because everyone looks at the chart in a zoomed in way, so everyone's going to be just looking at what is going on in here. Second, everyone's going to be looking at what is going on in here, and they will kind of ignore what's actually it's going on the left side. So they will just be looking at this, they will be looking at his highs, at his lows, of price going higher. They will be looking at his double top, this double low. They will see price slowing down again, maybe showing some indication that actually, there you go, it's ready again to go up. And then we have this final fake out. Price collects the orders and reverses, and everyone's actually going to be kind of bearish when you see again these lows being taken. You see then that price actually just reacted from the initial level that everyone was looking at. But this is a way that they can use to manipulate, and this would be actually a really nice price action to see Bitcoin doing before the major reversal. We'll see if this happens or not, but you can apply this for any other major zone that some people look at, and this is a way that price can create to manipulate everyone. And yeah, I think that's going to be for it today, guys. It's already 1 hour webinar. I hope you got some value from it. I mentioned a few scenarios on the dollar index, what can happen if you break those lows or not, if price is ready to resume the move to the upside. On euro, I mentioned as well that that low from 2017-16 is still a concern for me, at least, that I would actually like to see that low being taken. Higher time frame view in a monthly scale, I am still bearish on euro, bullish on dollar. However, I don't know, we don't know, there's no way to know exactly when those moves are going to happen, or when price eventually is going to get there. Can take years, so that eventually is not exactly what I'm thinking at in terms of making decisions on a week-to-week basis. But yeah, so we have a few scenarios that you can see here. Let's see what spaces, if we open the door for new spaces in the market, for example on dollar index. And yeah, and in this case I give you this bonus on Bitcoin of what I would like to see happening before a possible major reverse to the upside. So when we eventually create this lower low for the potential move up. Okay, guys, if you stayed until the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, share with everyone that you know and that you think that this is going to be valuable. And for the next webinar, it's going to be most likely Tuesday or Wednesday, or even both days. We'll see. I will be announcing that most likely on Monday in the afternoon. I will be letting everyone know when the next webinar is going to, when the next live stream is going to be. Sorry. And if you have any trades that you would like me to take a look at, please share them with me on my socials. Can be direct message on Twitter, on Insta, or on Messenger on Facebook, or even just post it underneath the links that I will be announcing the live stream. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Wishing everyone a great weekend and a great week of trading. Thank you so much. See you next time. Obrigado.